Welcome back to For You. This is Chicklin.
This is Reese.
And we're back for day 2 of our article, Keeping Time with Tradition, the Bularayang Dance Company. So yesterday we learned about this guy, Bularayang, who is an indigenous person from Taiwan, and he established his own dance company. He's a dancer.
Yeah, he is.
He's got a very interesting life story, and he really wants to recognize his cultural roots. Before we get into day 2, here's a discussion topic. How do you feel about dancing, Chicklin?
I'm not really a good dancer,
No?
but I actually took a few dancing lessons back around like a few months ago. It was kind of hard for me, but it just makes me feel good about
What kind
myself.
of dancing was it?
I think it's more like hip hop.
Wow.
Yeah. So when you hear music, you just want to dance to it.
Oh my goodness.
I dance every day. Not every day, but at least once a week.
Do you dance around your apartment when you're alone?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
When I feel happy, or sometimes when I'm sad.
Yeah.
I like to move around to make myself feel better.
I do that too. Sometimes when I'm home alone, I'll pick up my cat and dance around the living room with her.
That's so cute.
I really wish I was a good dancer, but I'm totally not a good dancer. If I go to a party or to a bar or something and we dance around, I'm kind of envious of people who are able to move their bodies in a way that matches the rhythm of the music. I just never could do it so well.
Yeah. It's kind of hard for me.
Yeah, especially those very specific types of dance, like ballroom or ballet. You have to be very skilled to do those.
Or break dancing.
Oh, breakdancing, yeah.
I know.
So difficult, but very good for your body. You guys can think about this too. Do you dance? Do you like dancing? How well do you dance? But let's get into today's article to find out more about Bularayang.
Reading.
Keeping Time with Tradition, the Bularayang Dance Company. By his late 30s, Bularayang was working non-stop. When he told his friends that he would return to Taidong, they bet he wouldn't last 3 months. But Bularayang was determined. He wanted to perform for his tribe and bring his knowledge back to his local community. In 2014, he founded the Bularayang Dance Company, which is open to aspiring young dancers no matter where they come from. While Bularayang brought plenty of experience back with him to his home region, he has also learned a lot from the other company members. For example, some of his dancers encouraged him to train them in nature. That way, they could experience what they were dancing about, rather than just imagine it in the studio. Inspiration also came from the challenges Bularayang faced along the way. In 2016, Typhoon Nepartak severely damaged the studio's roof. The support of his dancers during this crisis inspired Bularayang to create Colors, a work about the human body and nature. They've helped me find a new creative path and a new style of dance, said Bularayang. I've created a new form of body language.
Okay, so it's time to learn more about Bularayang's life story. By his late 30s, Bularayang was working non-stop. When he told his friends that he would return to Taidong, they bet he wouldn't last 3 months. That's not a very nice thing to bet. Bet, B-E-T, is a verb, and bet usually means to risk money on something that you think will happen. If it does happen, you win. If it doesn't, you lose. Betting doesn't have to involve money, though, but in card games like poker, it often does. However, in the article, the word bet is used in a slightly different way. Here, it's used as a way to express how certain someone is about something happening. By saying Bularayang's friends bet that he won't last long in Taidong, the article is saying that his friends were quite sure that he won't stay in Taidong very long. Actually, they were wrong. They lost the bet. Here's an example sentence with bet. I bet you can't eat 10 chicken nuggets in 1 minute.
How can you? It's so much. 太多了吧所以 bet 就是打赌的意思，所以你可以说 I bet that 怎么样怎么样。那口语上就是我敢肯定什么，比如说我敢肯定你一定没有说实话，你就可以说 I bet you didn't tell the truth。那文章的意思就是说呢，这一个布拉瑞扬他快40岁的时候，大概30几岁末，他呢就一直不停的在工作，然后他就跟他朋友说我要回去台东，可是他们就打赌说哈哈你一定待超不过3个月。I think the friends are kind of mean.
Kind of mean, huh? Well, he proved them wrong. I think betting and gambling is illegal in Taiwan, right? Like going to like a casino and playing games for money. But in the UK, we have betting shops, which is where you can go and give money and say, like, I think this team will win the game. If you're right, you get more money back. If you're wrong, you lose your money. It's not a very good thing. Right, back to the article. But Bularayang was determined. He wanted to perform for his tribe and bring his knowledge back to his local community. That's very admirable again. Here's the word perform. Perform is a verb, and to perform means to show people something that you can do or something that you've prepared. We often use the word perform when we're talking about singing, dancing, or acting. You can perform a song, you can perform in a show as an actor or a dancer. The noun form of perform is performance. And if you're a person who performs, you are a performer. Here's an example with perform. The students in Class A will perform their group song in assembly next week.
OK， 所以 Reese 老师例句里面讲到的 assembly 就是集会的意思哦。那回到我们单字 perform， 它就是表演演出，那也可以当表现的意思。所以表现得很好 to perform well， 表现得不好 perform badly。比如说 Most of my students performed well on their finals。那它的名词就是 performance， 老师刚刚讲到，就是表演演出的意思。
I guess what we're doing right now is kind of like performing because we're doing a thing for you guys to watch on camera. Another word to talk about, it's the word tribe. Let's take a look. Tribe is a noun, and a tribe is a social group in a traditional society made up of families or communities linked by social, economic, religious, or cultural ties, often sharing a language and usually having a recognized leader. Tribes were common all around the world long ago, but in most places today, tribes have been replaced by modern forms of society and governments. Tribes still exist in some places, though, like in Aboriginal communities in Taiwan, Australia, Africa, and the Americas. Here's an example sentence with tribe. Native American tribes in the US are allowed to create their own laws and control their own land.
Tribe 就是部落或是部族的意思，那它的形容词是 tribal， 所以就是有部落的或部族的，比如说部落的习俗，英文就是 a tribal custom。那我们造一个例句 Drinking snake blood in the morning is one of their tribal customs.
Wow, very interesting. Is that true?
Maybe not. I made it up.
Okay. We also had the word community. We've used the word community a few times already. Let's clarify what it means. Community is quite a loose word. That means its meaning is not very specific. A community is basically a group of people living in the same place, or a group of people having a particular characteristic in common. The people who live in your apartment are a kind of community, but a community can also be made up of people who like the same thing. I love playing Pokemon Go, and there's a huge community of people in Taipei who play Pokemon Go.
Yeah, 所以 community 老师刚刚有讲这个字的意思蛮多的，社群、群体，它涵盖的范围蛮广。所以 maybe 像我住在 apartment building， 那一个社区也可以叫是一个 community， 就是一个大家住在同一个地方那种感觉，也是可以哦。那文章的意思就是布拉瑞扬下定决心了，他想要为他的部落表演，把他的知识呢带回去给他们。
Okay, and the article tells us more about what Bularayang did. In 2014, he founded the Bularayang Dance Company, which is open to aspiring young dancers no matter where they come from. Very, very positive here.
Yeah.
So the article used the word found. The verb found here doesn't mean to find something that you've lost. It has a very different meaning. The verb found is talking about the dance company and how it was made, how it started. To found something like a company, a school, a charity, or an organization means to build up or start it. The university that I go to in Taipei, Mingchuan University, was founded in 1957.
Oh.
Here's an example sentence. In 1994, Bill Gates and his wife Melinda founded a charity that tries to improve health around the world.
The year I was born. 所以 found 就是创立跟创办的意思。那老师刚刚讲到它是那个过去式嘛，所以它的过去式就是 founded， 那它的 past participle 也是 founded。那我们比较一下另外一个字，不要搞混哦。找到这个字看起来很像 find 的过去式，对不对？但其实意思不一样。找到是 find, found, found。建立是 found, founded, and founded。那它的名词是 foundation， 就是有建立或者是基金会。那我们造一个片语，片语其实可以说 to have no foundation， 或者是 without foundation 的意思。那它的意思就是没有根据。比如说 all the rumors about him are totally without foundation，代表都是假的啦，没有根据。
The phrase to be open to something means to be open and willing to accept anyone or anything. By saying that the dance company is open to any kind of person, that means that there are no restrictions on who can join. It doesn't matter where you're from or what your skill level is, everybody has an opportunity to join. It's open to everyone. We also had the word aspiring. If you're aspiring to be something, that means you are hoping and working towards becoming a particular kind of person. We often use this word to talk about jobs that we want to do in the future. If you are an aspiring actor, that means you're trying to become an actor.
所以先看第一个片语 be open to 就是对什么东西开放，那 aspiring 就是有志向的、有抱负的。那文章就是说2014年呢，布拉瑞扬他就成立了这个布拉瑞扬舞团，然后呢，无论来自哪里哦，你只要有抱负的年轻舞蹈家都可以来。那我们看一下今天的英文练功房。我们讲一下 no matter 加上疑问词的用法，所以 no matter 加上疑问词呢，它会变成从属连接词引导副词子句，它可以修饰呢主要子句，那它代表无论怎么样都怎么样。那比如说呢 no matter what, no matter where, no matter who, no matter when, which, whom， 那后面什么什么都可以，或者是 no matter how 加上一个形容词啊或副词，再搭配你的句子去做改变。我们看一下第一个句子 No matter where we go on vacation, I'm sure I'll enjoy going there with you。 就是不管呢我们去哪里，只要跟你在一起，跟你一起去，我都很开心。那第二个是 No matter what the weather is like, I'm going outside for a run。 反正就是不管天气多烂啊多好，我都要去跑步。那这个 no matter 加上疑问词呢，可以用疑问词加上 ever 来代替。比如说 no matter what 它就会变成 whatever， 或者是 no matter when 它就是 whenever。 所以这样以此类推下去，就可以有 whoever, whichever, wherever, however, whomever 都可以。那我们再看另外一个句子 No matter where you look in Taipei, you will always find a convenience store。 那我们改写呢，可以把 no matter where变成 wherever， 所以你可以讲成 Wherever you look in Taipei, you will always find a convenience store。
Okay, and back to the article. While Bularayang brought plenty of experience back with him to his home region, he has also learned a lot from the other company members.
那这边老师讲到的偏于 plenty of 就是很多，那可以接可数或不可数，比如天涯何处无芳草，比如说 I broke up with my boyfriend， 你就可以说 There are plenty of fish in the sea.
I love that phrase.
I know. 所以文章就是说呢，虽然布拉瑞扬呢带了好多经验回去他的故乡，那跟其他人分享，不过呢，他也从其他人身上学到很多东西。
Okay, the article continues and it says, for example, some of his dancers encouraged him to train them in nature. Oh, that sounds very cathartic and relaxing. We have the word encourage here. The word encourage is a verb, and to encourage somebody means to give confidence, support, or hope to somebody. If you encourage somebody, that means you support the thing that they are doing and you give them physical, mental, or emotional help in achieving their goal. If Chicolin told me she wanted to try to become a famous singer, I would encourage her by saying, yeah, you can do it.
Thank you.
加油.
加油.
Here's an example sentence with encourage. I encouraged my sister to apply for the singing competition. I think she could win.
So I'm actually your sister.
You are.
Yeah, 所以 encourage 就是激励或鼓励的意思。那鼓励谁去做什么 ？To encourage someone to do something. 所以我们可以造一个例句 ：We as teachers encourage students to study harder. So students hate us, right?
No, the students love us.
哦，真的吗？好，你们很爱我们。好，那这个字的名词是 encouragement。你在后面加上 ment 就好了，也是有激励鼓励。比如说 His words of encouragement mean the world to me. 那所以文章意思就是说呢，其他的舞者会去鼓励布拉瑞扬，带他们到大自然中练习。
Okay, sounds fun. Back to the article. That way, they could experience what they were dancing about rather than just imagine it in the studio. So they're dancing about nature in nature.
这样就是比较自然一点嘛，所以他们就跑到大自然去练习，因为他们觉得这样就可以让他们体验自己在跳舞的内容，而不是仅仅在工作室用想象的。
Much better. The article continues, inspiration also came from the challenges Bularayang faced along the way. So I can imagine he's putting his life story into his dance.
对 along the way 就是在这个期间，在这个过程。比如说 in this summer camp, you will learn a lot of things and make some friends along the way. 在这一个呢夏令营中，你就会学到很多东西，那也可以在过程中交到一些朋友。所以文章的意思就是有很多的灵感呢，也都是来自于布拉瑞扬在过程中面临的挑战。
Okay, back to the article. In 2016, Typhoon Napartak severely damaged the studio's roof. The support of his dancers during this crisis inspired Bularayang to create Colors, a work about the human body and nature. Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
The adjective severe comes from the adverb severely. Severe means very strong, great, or intense. Therefore, the adverb form severely means to do something in a way that is very strong, intense, or to a degree that you don't want sometimes. We don't use severely to describe things that happen in a good way. It's things that happen strongly in a bad way.
Yeah, 所以 severely 就是非常严重的。那它的形容词老师刚刚有讲，就是 severe。那所以文章意思就是2016年的时候，尼伯特台风严重的摧毁舞蹈室的屋顶哦。那这段期间，来自于其他的舞者的支持，布拉瑞扬就会得到很多灵感。那他就创造了漂亮漂亮这个作品，是有关于人体跟大自然的作品。
Okay, and back to the article, and we're going to hear from Bularayang himself. He said, "They've helped me find a new creative path and a new style of dance," said Bularayang. "I've created a new form of body language." Wow, that sounds so cool. Let's talk about this word creative. Creative is an adjective, and a person described as creative is a person who is good at creating things. A creative person has lots of good ideas and can think in unique and artistic ways. Artists and performers are usually very creative people. We can also describe ideas or things as being creative too. Here's an example sentence. David Lynch's movies are so creative. He makes films about strange things I couldn't even dream about.
所以 creative 就是有创造性的、有创意的，所以 a creative person 就是有创意的人。So 老师刚刚讲到 artists are usually creative as well as fashion designers. I keep mentioning that, right? 我一直讲到 fashion designers 就是时尚设计师。那大家都可以很 creative. 我可以自己说 I consider myself creative because I can write more than 5 songs in a week. 又或者 you can consider yourself creative because you can always come up with new stuff. 那你也很有创意。So do you know who I think is creative?
Oh.
You! Go check out his YouTube channel, Reese, okay?
So nice of you. I think you're very creative as well. A person who can write their own songs, I think has to be super creative.
Oh, we're showered with compliments.
Nice.
对啊，所以这个 creative 我们把它变成名词就是 creativity， 那就是创造力。比如说 self-doubt is the worst enemy to creativity.
Wow, that's such a powerful statement. I love it.
Me too.
Well, that's the end of the story about Bularayang, but maybe you can go away and do some more research about his life because it's very, very interesting. Let's go to our For You chat question.
For You chat.
So today's question is this. Do you think all teachers can learn things from their students? What can they learn and how?
Well, I think we can always learn things from anyone. So let's say if a student is having a problem and that we've never encountered before, and maybe we can try to learn why he is having that problem. And next time, if we have another student who has the same problem, we will know how to solve it, right? So it's like you can always learn every second of your life. That's what I think.
I think that's a great perspective to have.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I've been a teacher for a very long time and I've worked with children from all over the world and things that I've learned include, learning about different cultures and family dynamics and life experiences from the children that I've worked with. I've worked with children in kindergarten, primary school, and high school, and even the babies can teach me something, I think working with particularly young children reminds me to enjoy the smaller things in life and not to forget how fun it is to act like a child sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right. We can learn things from anybody, children, adults, or older people. What do you guys think about this question? Have you been able to teach your teachers anything? Do you think your teacher would admit to learning from you? Maybe you can ask them now.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have for today and this 2-day article. We're going to see you next time. I'm Reese.
I'm Jacqueline.
And goodbye.
Bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Bet. Tim bet that Maggie wouldn't pass her English exam. However, she did much better than expected and passed easily. Perform. Paul's dream job was to be an actor and perform on stage in front of hundreds of people. Tribe. Jack went to South America to spend time with an ancient tribe living deep in a jungle. Found. The fashion company was founded 80 years ago by a shoemaker and his friend. Encourage. The teacher thinks it's important to encourage students in order to make them believe they can do well. Creative. Michelle is a brilliant artist who often paints things in a very creative style, which people love.
智慧小补帖
Community. Aspiring. severely.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net